All right, guys, what's up? Back again, Mr. Cruz, to give you guys the rundown on one and two step word problems. I wish I could get this out of here. All right, whatever. All right, so Sally, we're going to continue. So you saw part one. We're going to continue that on this one, and there might be a part three. I'm going to try to knock it out as quick as possible, though. All right, let's keep it going. It says Sally bought a soft drink for $2 and 4 candy bars. So bought a soft drink for $2. I'm going to put plus 2. She spent a total of $18. I'm going to take that to mean equals 18. How much did each candy bar cost? We're going to use C. So she bought 4 candy bars. Each candy bar obviously costs the same amount. So I'm going to put that to be 4C. So 4C plus 2 equals 18. You could also put it like 2 plus 4C equals 18. This would also be acceptable. Let's see on the next slide. What do we say? What did we say? Yep, 2 plus 4C equals 18. All right, now let's solve it. Draw my river, box up my variable. Notice again that I boxed up the operation along with the variable if it's happening to the left of it. I'm left with a positive 2, so it's just kind of like previously. What am I going to do? I'm going to subtract 2 instead. This is going to cancel out. I'm left with 4C by itself. 18 minus 2 is going to give me 16. So now I have 4 times C equals 16. I'm going to divide because I already have 4 times C. So instead, I'm going to divide. This is going to cancel out, and C is left by itself. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Man, this is too easy. Maybe I should teach kindergarten because this is light work. All right, next up, it says Keith spent half of his allowance going to the movie. So half, I know that means divided by 2. He washed the family car and earned $7. I'm going to take that to mean plus 7. What is his weekly allowance if he ended with $11? All right, I'm going to take that to mean equals 11. All right, so half of his allowance, I'm going to do this probably right here. 11. So something divided by 2, right? It says we're using A to represent his allowance. So his allowance divided by 2 plus the $7 that he earned equals the $11 he ended up with. See if that's right? That's right. It's almost like I made these slides myself, you know what I mean? So I'm going to draw my river, box up my variable. We're about to throw some hands. And I have plus 7 left, so I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. This is going to cancel out. And 11 minus 7 is 4. So I'm going to have A divided by 2 equals 4. Box up my variable again. So if I have A divided by 2, I'm going to multiply by 2 instead. And then in the end, this is going to cancel out. A is going to equal whatever 4 times 2 is, which is 8. How do I know that? From 3rd grade. What's popping? Get at me. All right, next up. Jason bought 9 new baseball trading cards to add to his collection. The next day, his dog ate half of his collection. There are now only 35 cards left. So 35 cards left. I know that's going to be equals 35. He bought 9 new ones. So that's going to be a positive 9. And his dog ate half. There are now only 35. Okay. So eating half, that would be represented by divided by 2. And if it says C, we're going to use C divided by 2. So now we just got to kind of put it all, now we kind of have to put all of this together. So I'm going to do C divided by 2 plus 9 equals 35. There are a couple different ways you can write this, of course. You can put the 9 first, but let's see if this is right. Yep, 9 plus C divided by 2 equals 35. I put the C plus 2 first. When we're adding, it kind of doesn't matter what order we put them in. So let's go ahead and solve this. Draw my river, box up my variable. I'm left with plus 9, so instead I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. This is going to cancel out. 35 minus 9, what's that going to be? 26. I knew that off the top of my head. That clicking was my brain working, not a calculator. And then I have C divided by 2. So C over 2 equals 26. Since I already have since I already have divided by 2 happening, I'm going to multiply by 2 instead. Draw my river, box of my variable. This is going to cancel out. C is going to be left by itself. 26 times 2 is 52. So 52. So he had 52 cards. His dog ate half of them. He bought 9 more, and now he has 35 left. Dang, that's a tough day for that dude, for Jason. All right, next up. Mary had $78 to spend on 6 books. After buying them, she had $18 left. Hey, I know it's going to be equals 18. How much did each book cost? So let's see. We're going to do 78 minus 6b. Does that sound right? 78 minus 6b. $78 plus. No. Nope. Let's erase this. I already can tell what I did incorrectly here. No, what are you doing? Hold on, y'all. I'm like getting all kinds of stuff popping up on my screen right now. You probably can't see it though. All right, let's do this again. Equals 18, $78, and 6b. I know that it's going to be 6b. All right, so 6b plus the $18 that she ended up with is going to equal the $78 that she had to start out with. Now let's see on the next screen. Bam. That is going to be the correct equation. So the reason this is, and this is kind of weird and funky because you would think that you would put equals 18 like I had did the first time. But the problem is that she had a total of $18 to start out with. And even though she ended up with 18, the easier way to be able to solve this would be to take the 6 books and how much each book cost, add that with the amount of money that she had left over, and we know that it should equal the $78 that she started out with. So sometimes when it comes to this stuff, you just kind of got to use common sense. And again, there's a handful of different ways that you can solve this, that you can set it up in order to solve it, especially if it's adding, because the additive property means it doesn't matter what order they're in. It's always going to equal the same thing. All right, but let's go ahead and solve this. So 6 books times how much each book costs plus the $18 equals the $78 she started out with. So box that up. I'm left with 18, so I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. This is going to cancel out here, and I'm going to have 6b by itself. 78 minus 18 is going to give me 60, right? Am I right on that? I think I'm right on that. Yeah. All right. Draw my river, box of my variable. I'm left with 6 times b. So instead, I'm going to divide by 6. And then at this point, you can kind of tell that b, how much did each book cost? Well, each book cost $10. That's not bad, especially if it's my favorite book. Come hit me up and let me know what my favorite book is if you remember from when I told you at the beginning of the school year. Let's see who pays attention. All right. Next up, on Monday, 305 students went on a trip to the zoo. Went on a trip to the zoo. All 6 buses were filled and 5 students had to travel in cars. How many students were in each bus? Okay. So I'm going to put that it equals 305 because 305 is the total amount of students. 6 buses, I'm going to put 6B to represent the buses, right? 6 buses filled with students plus the 5 students who had to drive separately, who were in cars, should equal 305 students. So now we can solve this. Let's see on the next screen. Yep, 6b or 6 times b plus 5 equals 305. Draw my river, subtract 5 from both sides. This is going to be 6b all by itself. 305 minus 5 gives me 300. And then what am I going to do instead? Since I'm left with 6 divided by b, I am going to, since I'm left with 6 times b, I'm going to divide by 6 instead. Since I'm left with 6 times, I'm going to divide by 6. Man, I can't speak today, y'all. Pray for your boy. All right. Now I have b by itself, and 300 divided by 6 should be 50. All right, yep, 50. So each of the 6 buses were filled with 50 students each. There we go. Let's see. Is this the last one? Yeah. All right. Oh, man. I didn't see it really quick. All right. Benny received $65 for his birthday. He went to a sporting goods store and bought a baseball glove, baseball, and a bat. He had $31 left over. How much did he spend on the baseball gear? So we're going to take the $65 that he started out with for his birthday. Let me see. He bought gloves, baseball, and a bat, and he had $31 left over. Okay, nope. Let me erase this because we're doing the same thing. This is I'm almost making the same mistake that I did last time. So the $31 he had left over plus the gear that he bought should equal the $65 that he started out with for his birthday. Let's see on the next slide. All right, so they put it differently. They put G first, and again, when we're adding, it doesn't matter. But I'll box up my variable, and remember, I'm boxing up the operation as well. I have 31, a positive 31 left, so I'm going to do minus 31 on both sides. This is going to cancel out. 65 minus 31 gives me 34. So now I have G equals 34. So how much did he spend? He spent $34 on a baseball glove, a baseball, and a bat. Whew. All right, that is it for the notes. You guys have the worksheet that you guys are going to be working on. Knock that out. Good luck on the assignment. And then I believe there's also an iExcel to go along with the worksheet. But hopefully you remember my favorite book. See you guys next time. Peace.